following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Those fall-like temperatures are in full swing. Will they stick around? Storm Team 3 will let us know.
So it's almost Halloween, and I'm pretty sure there was a spell cast on this volleyball. Maybe it helped out the Bombers against Monmouth Roseville last night. Highlights from an instant classic later on in sports.
Plus, there could be a change coming to City Council. More on a possible change ahead.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
But first, we begin with a fraud alert from the McDonough County Sheriff's Office. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4.
The sheriff is urging citizens to avoid doing business with traveling companies. An arrest warrant has been issued for 50-year-old Jeffrey Smith after the sheriff's office received a report on home repair fraud on October 6th. The alleged fraud took place near Good Hope and involved asphalting a driveway.
The sheriff's office says the victim was charged $9,000 for a job that was later estimated to be done for less than $2,000. The asphalt company is believed to be based out of Hannibal, Missouri. If you have any information, contact the McDonough County Sheriff's Office.
During the month of November, the Illinois State Police will be conducting roadside safety checks. These checks are meant to reduce the number of distracted drivers driving under the influence, and improve the use of seatbelt and child restraint use.
Alcohol and drug impairment is a factor in more than 30% of all fatal motor vehicle crashes in Illinois. Illinois law enforcement urges people to drive sober or get pulled over.
Macomb City Council wants to change times of both City Council and Committee of the Whole. If passed, the times for both meetings would be 5:15 p.m. every Monday night. The changes will begin January 1st of 2018. The current times are 7 p.m. for City Council and 5 p.m. for Committee of the Whole. The Council says they hope the time will allow more of the public to attend. If you have any comments or concerns, city leaders will hear comments at City Council Monday night at 7 p.m.
The WIU Emergency Alert System is scheduling a test this Thursday at 10:50 a.m. The system is designed to notify students and the community about weather alerts, campus safety notices, and other threats.
Alerts will be sent out to contacts listed in your STARS account. They will be in the form of a text message, email, and voicemail. The message will also be shared on WIU's Facebook and Twitter page. For more information about the test, visit wiu.edu/alert system.
According to the Federal Trade Commission, scammers are using fake caller ID information to trick you into thinking they're someone else. The practice is known as caller ID spoofing, and they can fake anyone's number. If you receive a strange call from a government number, the FTC suggests to hang up and report it immediately.
WIU's ROTC program wants people to come test their shooting skills. The university's ROTC rifle and pistol team will be hosting their Halloween shoot just one day before Halloween. Students, staff, and other community members will begin shooting targets at 10 a.m. at Horvath Hall's indoor range. Prices include $1 per target or $5 for 6 targets. Prizes will be given out to the best shooter. ROTC encourages people to come out to the shooting range with their best costumes. Money raised will go to ROTC Rifle Club.
A fraternity on campus will be hosting a Halloween event that will take place this week. The Delta Upsilon chapter at WIU will host 3 nights of terrors at the Haunted Field. The event will be held tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 in the evening. Admission is $4 for adults, $2 for children ages 6 to 10, and free for kids under 5. Donations will support the Global Service Initiative.
WIU's Hornfield campus Haunted Trail will be open Sunday, October 29th. From 6 until 7, the trail will be open for families to enjoy. Then from 8 to 10 p.m., the trail becomes scary for those looking for something more spooky. Tickets are $5 per person. Hornfield is asking anyone under 16 to be with an adult.
But first, when your spooky ghosts and superheroes are out trick-or-treating this Halloween, keep some tips in mind. Practice safe trick-or-treating by staying aware of your surroundings. And during those hours, drivers need to be extra cautious when in neighborhoods. Parents should help their children decorate costumes with reflective tape so they can be spotted in the dark. Also have kids use flashlights or glow sticks to help them see and help drivers see them. And only go to homes that have the porch light on. Parents, we have a list of trick-or-treat times across the area in case you're not sure when to head out this holiday. This year in Macomb, trick-or-treating is scheduled for Monday and Tuesday between 6 and 8 p.m. And in Good Hope, kids can go door-to-door from 6 to 9 p.m. on those same nights.
Coming up at NEWS3 Live at 4.
An annual event is returning to Macomb this Thursday night. Learn more about the event and what it means to the community ahead.
Also, 5 former presidents hosted an event together over the weekend. Find out why next.
I think just working with everybody in the newsroom, everybody has such a great camaraderie. All the opportunities that I've been given here have just been amazing to expand on that resume. I try not to beat myself up on the mistakes I make because there's so many opportunities. Just giving that experience, and this is how I got to do things in the real world, is really what the broadcasting and journalism department has done for me. When you have a really good show and that everybody nailed it, I mean, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you! She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I want to be able to stand in front of a camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved, but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, you know, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that.
Lee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
This Thursday, an international event is coming to Macomb to raise awareness about sexual violence. Director of the Women's Center, Stephanie Hosepian, organizes the event called Take Back the Night.
It's a national program that occurs on college campuses across the country, and actually I think internationally as well. And it is really about bringing awareness about sexual assault and domestic violence. And so our program starts off at 6:30 by having a resource fair, and then at 7 we go into the rally, which eventually will lead to a march down to Chandler Park in the square, where we'll then have a survivor speak out. So it's just a really great program to come out, talk about a really important issue that impacts everyone, really, and statistically impacts many women. And so just about bringing awareness to the larger community about that.
Hosepian says about 300 people attended last year's event. Take Back the Night started 28 years ago at WIU. The event starts at 6:30 p.m. with a resource fair in front of Sherman Hall. The rally starts at 7 o'clock there, and at 7:30 attendees will march to Chandler Park.
Victims of Hurricane Harvey and Irma are still waiting on FEMA after the storms have hit. 5 former presidents teamed up together and hosted the One America Appeal concert over the weekend in Texas. This concert raised money towards the hurricane relief efforts. Kim Hutchison reports.
I'm thrilled to be able to introduce 39, 42, and 44 to one of the finest universities in the United States. I speak for the folks right here when I say we really admire and love George H.W. Bush.
An evening originally planned to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Bush 41's presidential library at Texas A&M University transformed into an opportunity for all 5 former presidents to raise money for hurricane victims.
All of us on this stage here tonight could not be prouder of the response of Americans.
Let's all work together and make America still a greater volunteer nation.
The heart of America, without regard to race or religion or political party, is greater than our problems.
In a nod to national unity, they dubbed their effort the One America Appeal, a charity that's raised more than $30 million for hurricane relief. President Donald Trump even made a cameo in a taped video message where he praised the former president's work as tremendous. I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
The One America Appeal concert raised $2 million towards hurricane relief efforts.
WIU's Center for International Studies and the School of Agriculture are teaming up to sponsor the Oxfam Hunger Banquet. This event brings awareness to hunger issues throughout the world. You can register by searching Oxfam Hunger Banquet on wiu.edu and click on the link. The event will take place on Wednesday, November 8th in the University Union's Heritage Room from 5:30 to 6:45 in the evening.
The WIU campus is offering blood pressure screenings open to students and the community. The Western Illinois University School of the Nursing and University Employee Wellness Program are offering blood pressure screenings. The screenings are free and held from 8 till 9:30 a.m. Upcoming screening days include Tuesday, October 31st through Thursday, November 9th. It is important to check your blood pressure as it lowers the risk of cardiovascular disease. For more information about the screenings, contact University's Employee Wellness Program.
The weather is starting to take a cold and windy turn outside. Find out if you'll need to pull out those winter jackets anytime soon. Molly Naisland is in with your 5-day forecast coming up after the break.
I was born in St. Charles, Missouri, and grew up with my mom and dad and my younger sister. Funniest or most terrifying? I used to get in trouble for laughing on air, and one day we had someone kind of come in and straighten me out a little bit, if that makes sense, and everybody got a pretty good kick out of that one. My favorite thing about NEWS3 is probably how close we can get in a learning environment to the real world, not only from great things like this studio to the production room and even our writing lab. It's almost like what the professionals use.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
Welcome back, Macomb. We're seeing some really chilly temperatures out there today, with temperatures only at 46 degrees right now, with a dew point at 34 degrees. So it's a bit chilly out there. Low humidity at 64%, with really gusty winds out of the northwest at 18 miles per hour. Now, looking at our almanac, we went from unseasonably warm temperatures to unseasonably cold over the weekend. We're seeing our temperatures almost 20 degrees cooler than what we should be seeing around this time. And our record low got well below freezing, down to 18 degrees on this day back in the 1900s. Looking ahead now at our Midwest weather tracker, as you can see, there's quite a few clouds over our area blocking that sunlight, making it very difficult for it to get warm out there. And if you can look at our water vapor imagery, you can actually see the movement of that jet stream, which is what has made it so cold in our area so fast. When that jet stream dips, it brings in some polar air from the north, making it much, much colder. Looking now at our current temperatures, again, we are seeing 46 degrees here in Macomb, 46 as well in Beardstown, and 46 as well over in Keokuk. Lots of 40s on the board here today. Looking now at tonight, we are going to see temperatures dip down into the 30s across the area with 35 degrees here in Macomb, 37 over in Quincy, and 37 as well in Burlington. Tomorrow, we're going to get up into the 50s and 60s, so a little bit warmer than what we saw today, with a high of 59 here in Macomb, a high of 60 in Beardstown, and a high of 63 down in Quincy. Tomorrow night, we're going to get back down into the 30s and 40s, so chilly out there tomorrow night, with a low of 37 degrees here in Macomb, 38 in Beardstown, and 41 over in Keokuk. Now, looking at tonight, again, we're going to see some really chilly lows with a low of 35 degrees and gusty winds out of the northwest at 21 miles per hour. You're really going to want that jacket if you're going to be out tonight. Looking at tomorrow, we're going to see some partly cloudy skies with a high warmer than what we saw today at 59 degrees. And again, lots of wind out of the northwest at 14 miles per hour. Now, these northwesterly winds are going to help with us not getting very warm, bringing in that colder air from the north. Looking now at your 5-day forecast, we're going to see our temperatures only get into the 50s and 60s for your Wednesday and Thursday with some partly cloudy skies, so a little bit of sunset shine. But for your evening, we're going to see our lows dip down into the upper 30s for most of the week. On Friday and Saturday, we're going to have cloudy skies with a high in your mid to lower 40s. Then on Saturday and Sunday, our lows are going to get down below freezing with 28 degrees both nights. It's definitely going to be a cold one out there.
You know, I felt so weird today coming into the studio because I actually grabbed my winter jacket and it was so cold and I had to, my hair was all over the place with the winds today.
Well, it's definitely some football weather outside, and that's right, the playoffs are upon us. The playoffs, win or go home. What an exciting time in the local high school sports scene. One of those teams still playing in the fall is Bushnell West Prairie, led by Nate Ferguson, who went off Friday night. Highlights from the Sparkland's regular season finale coming up. Plus, Leatherneck football, they were in the hostile environment of the Fargo Dome in a top 10 clash. Highlights and more on the way next on Live at 4.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can.
Get someone the cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can. Intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career. And I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Welcome Welcome back to Live at 4. Macomb High School football has went through some growing pains this season, and on senior night against Mahomet Seymour, it was just about having some fun. The Bombers seniors leading out the rest of the team on Friday night. Some trickeration early on for Mahomet Seymour, a direct snap to Lucas Morgan, who rumbles up the middle for the Bulldog touchdown. Macomb this year still trusting in the spread in the first quarter. Here's a 12-yard gainer on the bubble screen, but that drive came up empty, though, for the Bombers. The Bulldogs, a lot of their drives did not come up empty. They did a good job in the first quarter. Here around the edge, the quarterback Jordan Veldman keeps it himself for 6. The Bombers, though, will get on the board in the second quarter on a hard-nosed run by senior Ben Gentry over the goal line. He definitely earned that one, but it was too much ground and pound for Mahomet Seymour. A draw play to Dylan Gates was the icing on the cake for the Bulldogs. Mahomet Seymour rolls past Macomb 56-6 in the final game of the regular season. Bomber football goes 1-8 in the first season of the Tony Weston era. Mahomet Seymour at 6-3 qualifies for the postseason, and the Bulldogs drop my alma mater, Chatham Glenwood, in the Class 5A playoffs. Go Titans. Coach David Rodis and star running back Nate Ferguson, all businesses of Sparkloans, hosted North Fulton on senior night. Early on, BWP will get on the board behind the churning legs of Wes Rhodes as he powers in for 6. Then, how about the Nate Ferguson show? He bursts up the middle, not even touched, takes it in for 6 more. BWP up 2 touchdowns in the first half. How about the quarterback Charlie Hensley? He's like, I can run it too, takes it himself around the end. The Sparkloans hardly went to the air on Friday, but they didn't need to. Man in motion for BWP, but it's ultimately going to be Ferguson off of the pitch. He finds another hole, almost broke it for another TD. A shoestring tackle, though, got him down, but he would rack up the yardage. Very next play, Ferguson would not be denied this time, and the Sparkloans take a commanding 26-6 lead in the second half en route to a 7-2 regular season. Nate Ferguson had himself a night, 292 yards on 26 carries as BWP steamrolls North Fulton 33-6. The Sparkloans return to the postseason in back-to-back seasons and host the Carlisle Indians in Bushnell Saturday at 2:30 in the first round of the IHSA Class 2A state playoffs. Both Macomb High cross-country teams traveled to Aledo for regionals on Saturday morning, aiming to move on to sectionals. Starting with the girls' results, Elmwood won the meet, the Bomber girls right behind, finishing second as a team. Maya Stovall led the way for MHS with a time of 20:56, good enough for 8th overall, and Hallie Evans comes in 11th place with an impressive time for a sophomore of 21:10. To the boys' results from the Mercer County Regional, Elmwood of a clean sweep, they win the boys as well. Macomb finishes 3rd as a team, paced by Dakota Shepler. The Bomber boys and girls cross-country teams both advance to the Elmwood sectional this Saturday at Maple Lane Country Club in Elmwood. The girls' race begins at 10, the boys' meet follows at 11. Regional time as well for Macomb High Volleyball. The Bombers first had to get past a familiar foe, rival Monmouth Roseville, a team that's already beat Macomb twice this season. Would it be a 3rd time's the charm on Monday? IHSA Class 3A Regional Quarterfinal, Coach Rexroth preparing for what would be an instant classic. Early on in the first set, Carly Gillen records a kill for the Titans. Monroe's dominated early. Gillen picks up the block for another point. Set point, Kaylee Woodard serves, and the Bombers can't quite return it. Monmouth Roseville takes set 1, 25-7. Looks like it would be an easy win for the Titans, right? Wrong. Bree Smith and Alex Nevy combined for the block. 10-6 Macomb, starting to go on a run in the second set. Then Nicole Lester to Anna Dively, who taps it over. Macomb High battles to win the second set, 25-21. The Bomber crowd, they were feeling a third set. The deciding set, Woodard rejected by Autumn Kinehart. Bombers up 20-18 in set 3. A couple points later, Jordan Hare wants her high school volleyball career to continue. She adds a kill. Now we're all tied at 23. Nevy makes it look easy. Advantage Bombers. Could they finish it, though? That was the question. A little bit of a spoiler alert for you all. Yes, Dively's serve is too much to handle. MHS battles back to take the deciding set, 25-23. How about a little court storming for Macomb High Volleyball? The Bombers win the match 2-1 and are moving on to the 3A regional semis tonight at 5:30 against Peoria, Notre Dame, and Monmouth. I got to get going. Western Illinois football put its unblemished 4-0 road record this season on the line on Saturday at North Dakota State, and the Fargo Dome was rocking on Saturday. Fans waiting for their Bison to come out of the tunnel. NDSU quarterback Easton Stick had a pretty rough first quarter. He's pressured and his wobbly pass is picked off by Quentin Moon to the crib. The PAT was blocked late in the first quarter. WIU led 9-3. To the second quarter, Stick has time and finds a wide open RJ Urzendowski on the touchdown strike. In Fargo, they call him Urzenwowski. The Bison move in front 10. That's a real sign that I saw. Thundar was excited, and he kept the Fargo Dome hyped when Nathan Erickson wipes a smile off of Thundar's face of a 52-yard field goal to close out the first half. First time a Leatherneck has made a 50-plus yard field goal since 08. 12-10 Leathernecks at the half, but after a quick score in the third, Stick bobs and weaves his way into the end zone. 24-12 North Dakota State. One last chance, though, for the Western offense late in the fourth. Sean McGuire intercepted by Trey Dempsey, and that seals the deal for the Bison. NDSU holds off Western Illinois 24-12. Another ho-hum day at the office for Macomb native and future NFL draft prospect Brett Taylor with 17 tackles. The Leathernecks' schedule doesn't get any easier, hosting South Dakota State Saturday afternoon at 1. That's sports. Final words coming up next.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
I mean, yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
I started to think about doing broadcasting my freshman year. I started calling some football games for the freshman football team. My high school didn't really have a broadcasting program like some do, and so a lot of my stuff was just PA for different sports, for basketball, for volleyball. And my mom signed me up for a visit to come to Western on a Discover Western Day. And I walked through the doors of the rec center, and Buzz Hoon shook my hand and said, "Zach Stone, I've seen all your footage, I know who you are, and you belong here." And that's what really makes WIU feel like home.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That would be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself? What are you gonna make of me?
If you're looking for a spooky place to visit in town, Macomb Mayor Mike Inman has one in mind. He recommends checking out 319 South Versailles Street. There are a ton of creative decorations outside.
This is the 17th year that the Poston Chills have been decorating their front yard. It will be quite the spectacle, especially while out trick-or-treating for Halloween.
You know, guys, I just love this time of year because all holidays are in a row, and this is a time for people to get creative with their decorations and lights outside their homes.
Well, they did. They had mummies out there. They had, all the different skeletons out there. So they definitely, had a nice selection of all the Halloween characters, for sure.
They did. Molly, would you like to give us a final weather report?
You're definitely going to want to wrap up like a mummy with these temperatures coming up for the rest of the week. We've got some lower temperatures for the rest of the week, and Saturday and Sunday we are going to be dipping below freezing with lows getting to 28 degrees both nights. But leading up until then, we're going to see our highs in the upper 50s and mid 60s until Friday when we start dropping into the 40s. It's going to be a chilly one, so you're definitely going to want to grab those jackets and warm up.
All right, thanks, Molly. Also, we wanted to remind everyone that there will be no Live at 4 on Thursday, but we will be back on air for Good Morning Macomb Friday morning.
That's all for us today, but we're online all the time.
Stay up to date with us, News3WIU.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search News3WIU. You can also find us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
From all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.